Would you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Would you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had.
want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's life, yeah, it's still of it. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. We're running the game now. Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah.
you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
Like bang, 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 gonna get ya.
Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
Like bang, 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 gonna get ya.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
Like bang, 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 gonna get ya.
Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
Like bang, 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 gonna get ya.
Morning everybody and welcome to Win Stadium in Wollongong for day 3 of the Down Under Championship for 2024. Excite, Ignite and Unite. Jeremy Austin with you and thank you for joining us. Firstly, I'd like to start by apologising for our technical issues yesterday. The rain caused a lot of issues with our technical equipment and a lot of power actually went out to half of the stadium, including all of our broadcast gear. So apologies for the broadcast yesterday, but we are ready to roll today. It is the third and final day of competition, starting things off with our RX pairs and our standings after 2 days of competition. The Dad Bods only with a 10-point lead with a great result yesterday in event number 5 inside Win Arena, just ahead of Star Strength Nomads and underway the Alley Dogs, the local boys from Wollongong, just down the road here, about a kilometre from Win Stadium, only 2 points out of that top 3. And don't be fooled by the bright sunshine here at Win Stadium. It is very cold, the wind blowing a gale. And our standings for our RX pairs, the Bash Sisters, Castell Pridgeon and Georgia Otto from Western Australia. The Bash Sisters jumping into the lead with a good result yesterday in event 5. Tony's Titans and Optimal Tribe levelling things up for our top 3. We've already had our intermediates, our masters and our futures take the field this morning. And underway. Starting things off with a run right around the outdoor Wynn Stadium here. .400 metres for the run together to start things off. Athletes about halfway round already, back for 7 synchronised burpees. They will be doing the burpees over the wall closest to the bottom of our broadcast screen, and 14 dual dumbbell thrusters, back for 7 more burpees. We are going to do 5 rounds. We have a 21-minute time cap. Things really starting to warm up here in Wollongong early this morning. Weather very cold as our athletes get set for their burpees over the barrier. And Rob Forte making full use of the facilities here at Wynn Stadium. Athletes having to deal with a very damp ground here. And by our elite competition, no doubt that will be turning into some muddy ground. On the other side, some black matting for the athletes to get up and over. Our leaders getting started with their thrusters in lanes number 16, 15 and 14. It is our Bifits, Italian Stallions, our Barbell Bros and Highway Boys. But keeping in mind, the athletes will be at different positions right around Wynn Stadium field, depending on where they have started. The second last event of the schedule. Speaking to a few athletes this morning, and Cherie Myers from Tribe feeling a little bit sore, busted up so far, still with 1 day remaining. The Stronger Dogs and the Tribe OGs for our ladies. Currently leading for the men. Things all very tight, but the Barbell Bros, Luke and Will, out in front as they commence the second lap around the rugby league football ground here that we're used to seeing the St George Illawarra Dragons compete in the National Rugby League. Athletes using the 400-metre runs, 5 rounds required by our RX pairs to get things started for their first event of the day. Athletes having to deal with some pretty severe conditions yesterday outside here. The wind blowing, the rain tumbling down. No sight of rain so far today. We had some earlier on this morning. The crowd in high spirits just in front of us. As our intermediates, our masters and our futures will head inside YoPro Stadium here and will commence their final events of the weekend. We will be heading in there later on. And 7 grueling reps either side of the dumbbell thrusters. Going to put a lot of fatigue on the legs of these athletes in our RX pairs heat to start things off. Athletes really making use of that dumbbell position on the shoulders to extend and press overhead. And a no rep, crucial no rep there for Graydon Irvine and Dylan Fitzpatrick, just making sure that both team members hitting the ground at the same time. Just over 7 minutes down, so a third of the way through our time cap for our second last event. The 2024 Down Under Championship. Some meet and greets currently going on inside Wynn Stadium. Team from HWPO, also Linda Kiesman, Jessie Smith and Amy Kringle. Got a massive line. Grab a quick selfie. BTS CrossFit girls, Carly and Beth heading back out now. As the pace on the run has slowed considerably. Tribe OGs, our last RX pair to get finished. The Highway Boys on their way back in, your leaders in the first of our RX heats. Nine minutes down. Pacing strategy going to really come into play for the longest event on the schedule for these pairs. Crowd trying to give them a little bit of a boost as they come back in. Our leaders, Will and Luke, still leading the charge for the Barbell Bros. There's the BTS CrossFit girls, Carly and Beth, coming back in. Trying to catch pace with our leaders, the stronger dogs. The Star Strength dogs moving pretty well over that barrier. It's tall enough, but just short enough. Kyle and Evan, couple of reps remaining. Judge's hand is in the air. As we approach the 12 and a half minutes, the back end, the grueling back end of event number 6 on the calendar. The far right of screen, BRF MBK team, Elizabeth and Taylor just finishing up as they head off. Bifit Italian Stallions and the Highway Boys battling it out. Round number 4, round 5 can't come soon enough for these athletes. CrossFit Fallen, your leaders in the female side of competition. For those just joining us, we have got both female and male athletes in the same heats. And that format will continue once we do move inside for our final events, event number 7. Which is going to involve a lot of snatching. And no doubt get the crowd really ramped up. Stronger dogs just in the background in the grey shirts. Emma and Bella, the Tribe OGs. Still with some work to do to get back for their final round. Tribe MW. The Mikel and Tommy heading back for their final 400-metre run. And none of these male athletes, 3 of our teams heading out, not in a rush at all. Tribe MW, the Highway Boys, now trading places. CrossFit Fallen, Erin and Rachel, not too far behind our stronger dogs with Emma and Bella. And Minerva Girls, Tamara and Regan. It's going to be a tight race to the finish. Strategy, pacing, important. The athletes coming back down to the right-hand side. Further side away from the ocean, halfway point of the final 400-metre run. This is a very steady, controlled pace from our 2 leaders in our male division for the RX pairs coming back in. The Highway Boys and Tribe MW. Tribe MW, bottom of the screen in the black and red Down Under Championship jerseys. Highway Boys at the far left of screen. "18 minutes ticks by. That means 3 minutes left for these athletes to finish. Tribe MW close to getting finished. The Highway Boys not too far away either. The final 7 reps now for Tribe MW. Mikel and Tom are really doing it easy out here on Wynn Stadium Field. CrossFit Fallen for the ladies, your leaders. But it is going to be Tribe MW getting the job done. And that's how event number 6 feels. Highway Boys are done as well, the far left of screen. The Barbell Bros pushing hard, the far left in lane number 15. The Minerva Girls, CrossFit Fallen, this is going to be tight. Both judges in the hands. It is the Minerva Girls on the left, Samara and Regan. As Erin and Rachel clamber over the wall to hit that gumdrop to finish things off. The final 60 seconds coming up. And this has been one grueling battle and a tough start to the final day of competition. "30 seconds now." Teams now trying to get those final reps completed. The barbell bros are in. The bifit Italian stallions are done. The final 10 seconds. Star Strength dogs sprawled on the turf here at Wynn Stadium. And that is all she wrote for the first of our RX Pairs heats. And a tough old 21 minutes. Athletes in heat number 2 waiting patiently. We are 4 minutes away. We'll get to them shortly. More action from the Down Under Championships coming up soon. Welcome back to day 2 action of the Down Under Championship for 2024. We are live here at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong, the outdoor arena that has been used over the previous couple of years. Getting put to work, some bright sunshine today, stark comparison to yesterday's miserable rainy weather. Jeremy Austin with you. We move on to our second heat of our RX Pairs. And the Bash sisters currently leading the charge. They had a great day yesterday. They are going to be wearing the red Leazers jerseys. Estelle Pridgeon and Georgia Otto from Western Australia. Underway for the second of our RX Pairs heat. It is event number 6. 5 rounds for time with a 21-minute time cap, 400 metres of running to start each round together. 7 burpees synchronized over the concrete barrier just at the bottom of your screen. 14 dual dumbbell thrusters. And that loading will be shared between the pair. And finally, 7 more synchronized burpees over the barrier to finish a round. A grueling 5 rounds ahead of these athletes. Our first 400-meter run completes. Athletes looking pretty content. BTS Blue, the first of our female teams, just to the bottom of your screen. Amber and Charlotte moving very quickly over that concrete barrier. Star Strength Nomad. One of those teams that really needs to get a move on today. See if they can contest the dad bods for that podium top spot that we will find at the end of today. Only 10 points back from the dad bods. To the far left of screen, those red leaders jerseys. Castell Pridgen getting to work on her thrusters, partnering with Georgia Otto. Number of our strong West Australian contingent from Hustle and Harvest. The sun really starting to pull out of the clouds, stream down here on Wynn Stadium. And the wind is starting to drop as well. And tight battle. The 4-1-6-5 dogs. And 5 of our male teams, you can throw a blanket over them at Tony's Titans. And here go the Bash sisters. Tony's Titans only 5 points behind the Bash sisters as well. We've got a tight race with both of those pairs, as we've seen from heat number 1. The 21 minutes is a very long time ahead of these athletes. Teams strewn all over Wynn Stadium. The first of our male teams starting to separate. Exactly how far that separation is, it's about 30 metres. The Alley Dogs trying their hardest to try and catch the 4-1-6-5 dogs. Hayden and Luke pretty much level pegging with the Alley Dogs. Carl Bellamy and Nathan Stark. Local boys from just down the road. BTS Blue, Amber Mitchell, Charlotte Ackhurst holding on a pretty strong lead. The girls some raw iron as well. Lauren Boothby, Katie Cameron. Quick to move. So there's not too many athletes out there wearing white today. There's going to be a bit of mud slung around. BTS Blue just to the bottom of the screen, getting through those 14 dual dumbbell thrusters. Tough movements, especially on the third day of competition. Lauren Boothby getting to work on her final reps as the BTS Blue and the 4165 Dogs are back out. Fitness Alley boys. Carl and Nathan keeping them in their sights as they streak down the ocean side of Wynn Stadium. The BTS Blue girls are our first pair. And head coach of BTS, Trent Colmer, just walking behind broadcast area, keeping an eye on where the girls are up to. Third of the way through our 21-minute time cap. And the Alley Dogs just ahead of the 4165 Dogs. And the Fitness Alley boys will get to work first. They are in lane number 11. The 4165 Dogs down in lane 15. So the 7 synchronized burpees in the third round underway. Alley Dogs with a 2-rep lead now. Notice the step over. Save energy and conserve as much as possible. BTS Blue girls are home star strength. Nomad currently sitting on second place on the ladder. Only a 5-point difference between them and your leaders. Apologies, 10-point lead. Back to the dad bods. Raw Iron girls. Level with Tony's Titans. This is going to be a great battle for second place. The BTS Blue girls still well in front. Amber Mitchell and Charlotte Ackhurst looking very comfortable, but crucial no rep there from the judge. No lockouts. This is where the fatigue is really going to start to kick in. Fitness Alley, still your leaders. Still stepping over. Making up a lot of ground in the last two 400-meter runs. And this is where they are going to start to extend their lead. Already about 10 meters of the 4.165 dogs. BTS Blue. Amber and Charlotte's back out again. It's the Alley Dogs at the far top of your screen, about to turn the first corner of the 400-meter run. Battle between Tony's Titans and Raw Iron going on down the bottom of your screen. Tony's Titans to the far right, about to move. This will be the last rep for Raw Iron on your far left. And this battle will now continue on the next 400-meter run. The BBB 2795 team, Jess and Regan, now off the Bash Sisters with a little bit of work to do, but as they head down on their run, they are going to be able to see where the other two pairs are. The Alley Dogs make their way back now. The 4.165 dogs into position. Hayden and Luke a little bit slower this time. As the BTS Blue Girls get finished up. Battle for second in our female pairs division, coming down to Tony's Titans and Raw Iron. Raw Iron currently with that lead for the men. It is the Alley Dogs. And a fairly slow transition that time between Carl, Nathan, about to hit the third point of our time cap. BTS Blue still leading the female competition. Just down to the bottom of the screen, the only team onto their dumbbell thrusters. Tony's Titans to the far right, about to get started, and Raw Iron to the far left, battling it out for our top three spots. Alley Dogs back out again, ready to roll. And now are really starting to extend their lead as they head down past John Cleary Hill. And you can see that windsock in the background, the top of the hill. It is blowing a gale here at Wynn Stadium this morning. The girls from Raw Iron, apologies, BTS Blue are out. The Raw Iron girls still getting to work, battling with Tony's Titans and the BTS Blue girls trying to chase down our second place male team, the 4.165 dogs. Katie Cameron Finishing up her last thruster, the girls will get onto their burpees as they head over the wall. Lauren Boothby and Katie Cameron from Raw Iron on the Gold Coast. They are sitting 7th as Tony's Titans head out on their run. The Bash sisters are strategizing and planning things well. The Alley Dogs continue on. The 4165 Dogs just running past them now. As the BTS Blue Girls, they are back. They have got about a 200-meter lead over the rest of the fields. Underway into 3rd position. "17 minutes goes past." Thrusters coming up for the Alley Dogs. And the BTS Blue Girls on their thrusters as well. This is going to be tight to see who gets bragging rights in our men's versus women's competition. And the last 7 reps for the Alley Dogs. It has been an impressive performance. The 4165 Dogs are coming as well. This is going to be a tight finish. Oh, the 4165 Dogs. Oh, it was close. We'll have to go to the official timers. For all your official results, head to competitioncorner.net. The BTS Blue Girls are about to finish off. The Bash Sisters are coming home strong, trying to catch Raw Iron and Tony's Titans, but it will be BTS Blue getting the job done here. The 3rd day of competition at the Down Under Championships. And this has not been a pleasant event for our RX pairs to start things off on day 3. Tony's Titans are going to take 2nd place in our female division. The Bash Sisters, they are going to pull ahead of Raw Iron as well. So a top 3 as Tony's Titans finish. The boys from the bush, they finish as well. And that's how event number 6 feels. The Bash Sisters on the left, your current leaders. Tony's Titans have finished. BTS Blue down in 5th. Good result for them as the Bash Sisters doing what they had to do. Optimal Tribe getting the jump on Raw Iron as well. And this has been soul crushing today. final 40 seconds ahead of us. Athletes pushing hard to try and get finished. The Grit Rat Pack. Their burpees are testing. And CrossFit Richmond are in just under that time cap. Last couple of reps for our Grit Rat Pack on the left of screen in the green and black, and time will beat them. And only just one rep remaining. Our RX pairs competition has finished up in the outside portion here at the Down Under Championships for 2024. Athletes now will move inside for their final events of the schedule. We'll hit pause just for a little bit. We'll be back with our adaptives coming up next. Welcome back to Win Stadium at Wollongong, day 3 action. The Down Under Championships for 2024. We move on to our adaptive divisions now. Beautiful blue skies out here, but we still have a massive breeze blowing. Jeremy Austin with you, and final time we will be seeing the adaptive athletes on the outdoor arena here at Win Stadium. Jamie McInerney wearing that red leaders jersey from South Australia, Blue Lake CrossFits. Chelsea Dingley, Emily Cairns, your 2024 Adaptive CrossFit Games champion in the upper extremity division. Now seated division all the way down there in lane number 16 is Glenn Miller. Tash Price in lane 15, lane 14, your 2024 seated 3 quad CrossFit Games champion is Cam Whitaker. Dylan Van Stralen and Jamie McInerney getting to work currently in the Neuro Intellectual Disability Division. Ava Sayati joins them as well. Jeremy Gordon moving into position, as is Tom Dupree's. Jordan Cabrita, second place finish at the Expo Games at the Australian Fitness Expo last weekend in Sydney. Chelsea Dingley making her way back to her burpees, as is Emily Cairns just to the right of screen. Chelsea from CrossFit Norwest in Sydney, Emily from CrossFit Claremont in Western Australia. Both of these ladies competing at the 2024 Adaptive CrossFit Games about 6 weeks ago back in San Antonio, Texas, and both part of the upper extremity division. Chelsea now heading out. Just ahead of her is Cody Campbell. Eric Brown just to the bottom of the screen, also in the upper extremity division, heading back out. The far right of the screen, Diane Ross, part of our neurological and intellectual disability division. Jordan Cabrita starting his next run around Wynn Stadium. Ava Sayadi on the right of screen, Jamie McInerney on the left of screen. In the background, Tom DePries running with handler Bronte Elsmore. I had a chat to Bronte this morning about her experience on the competition floor with Tom DePries, and she said it's very overwhelming and trying not to impede and trying to keep up with Tom. Tom let it slide that he is very good at middle distance running. Here's Tom on the right-hand side in the white shirt getting to work on his burpees. Jeremy Gordon. Jeremy Gordon going a little wide with that dumbbell thruster. Tom DePries finishing up. Cody Campbell in the red and black. Part of another strong Kiwi contingent over here, athletes at the Down Under Championship. Riley Gray starting his next run, heading down the ocean side of Wynn Stadium. Just ahead, Tom DePries running with handler Bronte Elsmore. At the bottom of the screen, John Heath, one of the best looking adaptive athletes you will ever see. Josie Dingley down the bottom of the screen, starting her next lap. John Heath apparently retiring after this competition, showing his prowess as a handler at the CrossFit Games this year for seeded 3 champion Cam Whitaker. Ava Sayadi, the far right. Jamie McInerney in the middle, in the background. Jordan Cabrita getting to work, as is Diane Ross. Background, Tom and Bronte heading back. Tom DePries, a vision impaired athletes. All athletes on the competition floor all have their different specifications based upon their impairments or adaptation required. We are just on 8.5 minutes down. Tom DePries doing it easy. Boy from CrossFit Noosa. In the background, you can see how hard Cam Whitaker is working with that rope. So Cam, part of the seated 3 division. Tash Price, Glenn Miller, part of the seated 2 division. Jeremy Gordon in the background heads back out for his next run. Diane Ross just ahead of him. Freddie Campbell steps up. BFT trainer from Hawke's Bay. Chelsea Dingley and Emily Cairns. Dylan Van Stralen makes his way back to start his next round of thrusters all the way down there in lane number 1. The far right of screen. And Dylan moving very well right throughout second last events of the competition. He moves on to his burpees now. From the far right, it is Dylan Van Stralen, then Jamie McInerney over Sayari. At the bottom of the screen, Jeremy Gordon runs past. "11 minutes, 30 seconds down. Jeremy Gordon steps up once again. Had a very tough battle at the 2024 Adaptive CrossFit Games in San Antonio, but did come out on top. Gordon done. Finishing up at unofficially 12 minutes and 29 seconds. Diane Ross still getting to work. These dumbbell thrusters really starting to take their toll. Riley Grace onto his burpees now and moving exceptionally quick. John Heath to the right. Jordan Caprita dishing out the pink apparel for the final day of competition. Dylan Van Stralen in the background, all finished up. John Heath starting his burpees. John Heath, the grueling burpees. Emily Cairns now. The final couple of reps for our 2024 Adaptive CrossFit Games champion. And still a little bit of time on the clock. And Emily Cairns. (15:35) unofficial time. For all your official results, head to competitioncorner.net. Eric Brown steps up to the dumbbell thrusters and have no trouble with these. There's John Heath and Tom DePries. Geordie Cabrita head out for their final run. Eric Brown, bottom left of screen now. The last couple of reps for him. Eric Brown, all finished up. Crowd appreciates his efforts. Great crowd out here at Wynn Stadium. Setting themselves up on John Cleary Hill as well. And that's time on a one and only adaptive heat for the outside portion of day number 3. Adaptives are done. We'll be back with more action from Wynn Stadium just after this.
I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
I like bang, bang, bang. Gonna get ya.
Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
I like bang, bang, bang. Gonna get ya.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Won't you let me go? No, you never come back. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. I'ma be the best that you never had. I'ma kick back when you fake like that. I'ma be the best that you never had. Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
I like bang, bang, bang. Gonna get ya.
Bang, 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 I'ma get ya.
I like bang, bang, bang. Gonna get ya.
Hello and welcome back to Wynn Stadium in Wollongong. Our adaptives, our RX, intermediates, masters and futures are all done for this morning. Outside here, we now turn our attention to the elite division, the elite individuals. The standings after 2 days of competition: 470 points for Peter Ellis. Tight race between second and third with Isaac Newman and Ben Fowler. A bit of a gap back to Royce Dunn. Very windy but sunny day here outside in Wollongong. And the athletes have been battling with conditions. Our lane assignments coming up. And young Alice Scott, a 19-year-old from CrossFit Selwyn, doing very well yesterday afternoon with the muscle ups as the athletes get to work. It is event number 6, 5 rounds of a 400-meter run, 7 burpees over the barrier, 7 dual dumbbell thrusters, and 7 burpees to finish. 21-minute time cap. First of our athletes, Jack Verman, starting things off in lane number 16, so he was the closest to run. And Alexandra Bullock, our next athletes from our female side of competition. The grueling burpees over the barrier has tested our RX pairs earlier on, our elite individuals, our males and our females. Battling away, Jack Verman, lane number 16. Looks like he's going to be one of the first to finish. Gonzalo Del Rio, not too far behind finishing either. Riley Martin. Laura Yardley looks like she'll be the first female to finish up. Jack Verman heading out, Gonzalo Del Rio. Tight battle with our top 4 males, almost hitting that halfway point of the run. Verman out to a very early lead. As I mentioned at the top of the call, the leaderboard very tight. Isaac Newman and Ben Fowler, we will see both of them a little bit later on. Dante Karangaroa struggling a little bit on those muscle ups yesterday. Barrow to Shader into second, Gonzalo Del Rio third, and Jack Verman in fourth. Laura Yardley leading the ladies competition so far. Emily Clements, Alexandra Bullock, and Bella Andueza. Your next female athletes in. Laura Yardley in the blue centre of screen. The West Australian getting some experience earlier this year in the Torian Pro. And the 4-way battle in our men's division between Dante Karangaroa, Jack Verman, Gonzalo Del Rio, and Alvaro Teixeira. One to watch over the 5 rounds. Yardley not too far away from finishing. And Alvaro Teixeira Out first, Dante Karangaroa not too far behind, and Gonzalo Del Rio. Your top three, Vermin, so your top four. Finishing round number one for the men are your top four leading out. Laurie Yardley with about a 30-metre lead over Bella Andueza. Alexandra Bullock heads out for your top three for your ladies.